Welcome, everybody, to Snap, Hold, Kick After Dark, Episode 1.
Presented by Something in the Water Brewing.
Right here.
Look at that.
Got
The basic idea of what we're doing here is just kind of shooting the shit and talking about stuff that we don't get to talk about on the show.
Yep.
And kind of just have, longer conversations and try out some good beer.
Just about anything. Today we have we've got Something in the Water Longboat Pale Ale, presented specifically for the Toronto Argonauts, the CFL, the Double Blue, who, obviously, if you haven't figured it out already, Adam and I play for. So, yeah, here we go. I guess we'll get our initial reaction.
Yeah, I mean, Something in the Water is like, oh, yeah, that'll be good. Yeah, that'd be good for the camera. Something in the Water is a brewery that's in kind of like right across from BMO Field where the Argos play.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like if you're... For me to get to like the games, I got to walk through Liberty Village, which is the neighborhood of Toronto, and I got to walk under the train tracks, and it's kind of in this like little plaza right by those, the train tracks that I'm talking about?
Absolutely no idea.
No, like the ones that we walk under to go to practice.
Oh, it's down there.
Yeah, it's right there.
Is that near like that big parking lot near Locals?
It's right by Local.
I see.
Yeah. So before the games,
that's near left field too, right?
It's right across from left field.
I see.
They actually have a collab beer with left field.
They did.
Yeah, it's purple.
Coming out pretty soon.
It's purple. It's out.
Yep. They've got another one coming out soon.
They do?
that I was just told about.
Because I remember last summer I went with my girlfriend, and we were trying a bunch of beers, and there was a purple one. And then I saw Something in the Water. I knew it was going to be really good, obviously.
Yeah. Well, let's taste it.
Yeah, here we go.
Cheers.
Cheers, buddy. I'm going to smell it first.
I just went straight in. Oh, I like it.
What is it?
It's like a beer.
4.9.
It's a pale ale.
Okay,
I like it. I recently had, actually.
Dang, that's actually really good.
Spoiler alert, I had the Tortuga Pale Ale.
Yeah, before this we both had a couple.
This one was had a bit more of a stronger taste to it.
Dude, this one's really smooth.
This one's smooth.
Words that come to mind.
Liam
Haralahu, John Haggerty, Adam Gilmat.
What's that? Huh? Snap, Hold, Kick.
Snap, Hold, Kick.
Yeah.
That's Snap, Hold, Kick.
Smooth operation.
Says we're raising a pint to the fans of the Double Blue. Dude, that's actually crazy, drinking a beer that's made for your team.
It is. It's kind of wild.
But if you walk by there before the games, like if you're walking from my apartment to get to the locker room, I go through there and it's like there's like 50 people there like, good luck.
Oh, really?
Yeah. No, seriously.
That's the pregame spot.
Yeah. If you go get there's like a Thai food place right next door that's really good. Oh. Anyways, one of my favorite spots. I respect them a lot. I have a lot of respect for them.
Yep.
And
can cook.
Anyways, they're all I'm like eating my Thai food and hanging out with Argos fans that are having a beer at Something in the Water. So it's a really good place. It's like a really cool place. Pre-game. Yeah, I'm not having any beer, but they are. I'm carb loading.
Okay.
I promise you.
Yeah, so if you're a Toronto Argonauts fan and coming to games this season, which majority of the people listening to this probably are, Something in the Water. It's the place to go for the pre-game.
Yeah, and the post-game.
And the post-game.
And the during game at halftime.
Yep.
Which you have the flexibility to do sometimes.
I have the flexibility to do all times. Have not set foot on BMO Field yet.
So we're setting up this podcast today to get a little bit more like flexibility in what we can talk about and talk about some more like timely stuff.
A bit more uncensored, uncut, just like
and
laid back.
I go to the place today to get the equipment for the
the mics are a talking point.
Yeah, the mics. And you wanted to talk about the mics because I don't know.
Yours is held together with duct tape.
Yeah, well, you can rent mics for like $10. But
dent.
These are to anyone out there that's like understands audio quality and audio interfaces. I'm trying to show them how good the mics are. These are like the best ones you can get on the market, but you think they look really weird. You think they look like karaoke mics.
They are karaoke mics, 100%.
Maybe we'll get you singing some.
I've been plastered in a couple of dive bars singing karaoke to this exact microphone.
Pretty recently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Often.
What's your go-to karaoke song?
Ooh, good shout. Men in Black by Will Smith.
Really?
Or
you did that for your rookie show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone was like, "What?
Yeah, everyone's like,
is
who
going
is
on?"
this guy? And can we cut him?
Yeah, because we have like the rookie show every training camp where everyone gets together.
Every team does.
Yeah,
that's like an initiation to pro sports.
Yeah, but you did 2 performances. You did one.
We got stitched up this year. So like, usually, well, as you'd know, like you probably better explain it, but like usually it's before a team meeting and all the coaches, head coach, everybody's in there and like 3 guys go.
Yeah.
But this year they did that, and then there was too many guys that like said, "No, I'm not going to do it."
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah, remember those guys were just like, "No, I'm not going to do it. I'm like I'm too cool for that type of shit."
It's a bad start. That is such a bad start.
Like,
if you're a rookie,
how to lose a rock? How to lose a rock?
Something in the water. If you're a rookie and you're going into a training camp, just the point of the rookie show is just to make yourself look stupid.
Yeah,
that's how everyone's gonna like it. You don't have to do anything good. I did Rock With You by Mike Jacks.
We were actually just listening to that before.
I know, and I think I did pretty good. I had to go first my year because I was the first. Okay, well, all right, well, I was the first draft pick at camp.
Oh shit!
Yeah, long snapper. Yeah.
Could use the pick.
So our quarterback was like, "Hey, where's that long snapper that was that got picked here?" And I had to go up first, and I set the tone, and I really set the tone.
Well, I mean, as long as you just got to lean into it.
Yeah, well, that's what it is. And then last year, what happened was, we had a bunch of guys that yeah, you're right, they weren't invested in it. So then everyone, all the like vet guys, kind of put their foot down, and they're like, "That's it. We're gonna like gather in one place, and everyone do it. We're gonna set ground rules, and you show up, and if you don't do it." If you don't do the best you can, then
that's bad luck.
It's bad luck.
That's a quick way to lose a locker room, as I said before.
Lose a locker room.
Lose the locker room. So yeah, I went up for my first time and did Unwritten by what's her name, Natasha. Natasha Bettingway.
Yeah, you did
like
during the meeting. You did that one.
Yeah, and
Bettingfield.
Bettingfield, is that it?
She did a spring concert at the college that I went to.
That would have been sick.
Yeah.
For her one song, and then
we
everybody
actually
had
really good spring concerts. Well, actually, no. I'll talk about that after, but you go ahead.
Yeah, I did that. Had everyone clapping, and then 3 days later, found out that we would have to do it again.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Like shit. That was the night before. That was the night before they did all their final cuts and made the final team, right?
Yeah, that's funny to think if you like go and you embarrass yourself in front of the team and then the next day you get released. It's kind of just a lose-lose situation.
Just go to your 9 to 5 and never live that down.
Yeah. Because you see all the clips out there of like rookies doing their, they're doing this like, but it's like, what was the one that went? Aiden Hutchinson, he did Billie Jean.
Yep, that was really good. Yep.
No, those are the ones that get shown on like TV. They get way worse than that.
Oh yeah.
They get way worse than that.
The worst ones are when people just like want to tell a joke and they go up there and tell this shitty joke.
Yeah, or the skits.
Laughs.
Or the skits.
The skits are bad.
Oh my god.
Well, yeah, there's some bad ones there.
Yeah.
And like I mean, kudos for trying, but probably should have just left it in the memory bank.
Yeah. Yeah. No. I think I'm trying to be a little bit more of a force at this next training camp and make sure we get some good performances out of the young guys. Yeah, an enforcer. Yeah.
I can't wait for you to go up to like some 6'7", just 3-pound DN and just say, "Hey man, I'm the long snapper. How about you fucking show up and do a good song?"
Fuck, dude, I will.
And then they just look at you and go, "Who are you?"
Dude, after 3 years, you get pretty comfortable. You know what I mean? Like you get pretty comfortable around the guys. I feel like I could do that.
I feel like you'd have the backing now.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see the dynamic, like how we're gonna shoot this during camp.
True.
Because we'd be able to do this
right before practice. Crush a couple of these.
Couple beers before
get
practice.
Get a little loose. It's part of the... Not into the mic. Oh my God. I'm going to bring that back. I'm going to bring that mic back tomorrow. And they're going to be like, why does it smell like hot dogs, dude?
For those listening, I crushed a foot-long hot dog from Costco today, and it stinks.
Yeah.
Bad.
Yeah. No, I think the thing that's kind of daunting about about pro football and like going to camp every year is it's like totally different every year. Right? Like you play
people, everything like that, especially with the people you just bonded with over the season. And just
yeah. You don't really like. I was talking
released,
to my girlfriend. She's
traded.
like, "Oh, you're gonna go to like training camp and make a lot of friends." And it's like, yeah, you do, but it's also everyone's kind of like, I've been watching a lot of Survivor lately.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it's kind of this. It's kind of similar.
Yeah, everyone's snaking everybody. It's like you're fighting for their position. So it's like,
yeah.
Do you really want to make friends with them if you get cut and they don't? Like,
yeah, but it's inevitable that you do.
Yeah, I mean, I made friends with a quarterback last year, and I remember walking to breakfast, and he was leaving breakfast, going to the locker room, and went to breakfast, and then when I got back to the locker room, because we had lockers side by side, his locker was all cleared out. So in the 30 minutes that like we saw each other, like we crossed paths, 30 minutes later, everything was just normal, and I rolled into the locker room and he was gone.
Yeah,
and I was like, what the?
Yeah.
That was probably my like welcome to pro football moment. It was just like,
you have a lot of those.
Yeah,
you have a lot of like just standing in front of an empty locker, like totally cinematic. Just like
whoa,
Yeah.
Just like and that last day, like when they make final cuts and they have to reduce the roster from like 90 down to 50 plus 10 PR guys.
Yeah.
Like you're just laying in your bed. Bro, my anxiety. I was a little bit hungover that day too.
That was right after.
That was right after the
barbecue.
The barbecue and
like a team bonding thing.
No, that was after the last practice game, and we all went out to the bar that night. Remember, the whole team went out. Everybody was out, like at the pub
after the preseason game.
The last preseason game, and then they had final cuts the next day. So we all had a couple beers that night, and I woke up tired and feeling a little bit dusty. And you're just laying in your bed with your phone like beside you, just waiting for the text to come through. Hey, can you come see the GM? Bring your iPad. And it's just like waiting the whole time and just listening to doors open and shut, and then the sound of suitcases bouncing down the
it's
staircase.
A business like no other, bro.
I remember looking out the window at the courtyard and just watching people just drag their suitcases across towards the buses, and I was like,
bro, because that honestly, that's why like those like, they have the documentaries like the what's it called, Hard Knocks. And they have like all those like insider. Now they're doing all the other sports, like all the other shows, like Full Swing. I've been watching nonstop.
Full Swing. It's like Drive to Survive and all that kind of shit too.
It's like Drive to Survive. Yeah. It is like a reality show.
It is.
Like, I mean, like when like in a game show, someone's just like they lose the show, and then like you ever seen Beast Games?
Nah, I never.
They just get dropped through the floor.
Oh, like Squid Game, except they
like Squid Game. Yeah.
Squid
exactly.
Game.
Yeah.
Squid Game, they die, but no one dies at training camp. No. But I remember looking out the window.
If anyone's ever died at a training camp, just full body cramp.
I'm sure somewhere
toasting in the sun like a raisin.
Oh,
just not us, but
not here. Maybe in like Tennessee or South Carolina or
you
Florida.
change the place, like. Deep
Texas.
South, and then you change the time 30, 40 years ago. Yeah.
Water's just a myth.
Yeah. Well, dude, even like when I remember, I talk about this all the time growing up. Do you know what because you didn't play youth football.
Didn't play youth football.
You played Aussie rules, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, that's still pretty intense. But I don't know if they used to have the practices like youth football practices when I was like 14 and 15, maybe even younger than that. There's this drill called Bull in the Ring.
Yeah.
And basically what it is one kid stands in the middle, right? And then each kid is assigned a number, and they run in circles around him. And the kid in the middle of the ring is like kind of like sus. He's kind of looking around. And the coach calls out a number. It's a real thing. They used to do it. I did it.
You just get rocked from behind. Get rocked.
They called the number, and that kid's only job is to destroy the kid in the middle. Fucking crazy.
That is,
and that was only
absurd.
That was only like I don't know, like 15 years ago they were doing that, and that was cool.
Dang.
Yeah, you go home from practice with a headache,
bit dizzy and just like, what is happening?
Yeah,
that is a concussion.
But man, like all that kind of injury and that kind of like stuff was phased out like by the time I was in high school. Like they completely flipped a switch. But I feel like Aussie rules practices are probably pretty intense.
Different kind of intense. Like Aussie rules is very aerobically tough. Like
Yeah.
you think about it, you got 4 30-minute quarters, essentially 30-minute quarters. We just running nonstop. Like guys will run like 10 to 15 kilometers a game because they're just moving around. The oval that you run on is like 400 meters.
Yeah, across or around?
Nah, it's circumference.
So if you were to run full speed from one end to the other end, what would it be?
A long way. Well, it's like from the goal line, so like
Shit.
where the line is to, there's like this arc at each end of the field, and it's called the 50-meter arc because it's 50 meters from the goal line.
Yeah.
So there's 2 of those in the field, and then the center square, there's like a center square where people are allowed in at the throw up and everything, and people aren't allowed. I want to say that's like 50 meters as well, but I can't remember straight off the top of my head. So it'd be like 150-ish, maybe 100, we'll say 150 to 170 meters from goal to goal.
That's stupid, dude.
It's a long way. And then it's, like maybe 100 meters across,
Yeah.
120 meters, I don't know, across. But
Do you think so? Aussie rules football players obviously are coming over to punt and to be specialists.
very dicey topic right now, but yes.
Why is it a dicey topic?
Because everyone's being investigated. All the Australians coming in are being investigated right now.
Oh,
Mm.
yeah. Why?
I plead the fifth, but
Okay.
basically, like the gist of it is, Australians are coming over, and like because we haven't played NCAA sport or anything in Australia, we don't have NCAA identities. Like,
Right. Yeah.
so we've got full eligibility when we come across,
Right.
unless you've been to university in Australia. So with the NCAA, if you go to university anywhere in the world, your time clock for Division 1 starts. For
Oh, I
football.
didn't know that.
Yeah, so because I had done a year of university in Australia, some of my time clock had gone. That's why I got 2 years at Eastern.
Right.
One of those years that I got was actually a waiver because it was COVID when I was like going through the recruitment process and everything, so I couldn't actually come across. So I got that year back.
Right.
So I had 1 year of eligibility, plus because of COVID, I got my extra year. That's why I only played 2 years.
Right.
So I came across. So like some of the guys that are coming across might not have been to university in Australia, and they'll be like 25, 26. So they'll have full eligibility when they come across. But then like, obviously that's pretty disheartening for high school kids that are trying to be recruited out of high school that are punters or kickers.
But do Australians is it at the point now where the Australian kind of punting system is in a place where they could teach high school kids in Australia how to punt so they could get recruited from there?
Definitely. Like high school kids in Australia, like, so the couple of programs that are in Australia, there's no age limit or age requirement that you have to be.
Yeah.
So you just have to be like, in order to get your scholarship, you have to be finished high school, like graduate high school. So you have all your transcripts and everything.
Yeah.
But like, kids will go into the programs when they're in like grade 10, grade 11 and train and develop and everything. And then when they graduate, they'll be open for recruitment. So then they can start talking to schools or whatever. I don't know the ins and outs of it or whatnot, but like the whole thing is, it's pretty tough. Like when you go to camp, like you go to like a Coles kicking camp or something like that.
Yeah.
And a busload of like Australians show up that might be doing a tour, and they're all over 25 years old and all got beards and stuff. So I can imagine it would be pretty discouraging for like American kids that are trying to like kick and punt and whatnot.
But do you see the kind of like I mean, the way I look at the ProKick thing and like the Australian camps is it's like the Death Star of punters. Like you see like the videos and you see let me just make sure this is okay.
Yes,
You see like the videos of all the kids, like there's like 500 Australian kids and they're wearing buckets from like 2005, like old shut buckets, and it's
bro.
but they're all doing the same drills, and it's like I'm imagining being like a young punter in the US and seeing that and being like the soldiers cresting the hill, just like, oh my God,
Normandy.
dude. Yeah, dude, I was afraid. They're not even, a threat to like what I do, but like, I guess like what I'm trying to ask is like, do you see that like continuing and finishing through? Like, do you see like the inflow of like Australian punters into professional football and college football right now as like a lot, or is it just a little bit compared to what it will be? Like, where's that going?
It honestly depends on the schools is what they need, because the trouble is like the Aussie style comes in and works great in college and then doesn't translate to the NFL. So it's like if schools are bringing in players that are going to go in and, you know, like just kick Aussie the whole time, like roll out and kick, like that's great for the college. And if all they want to play is college, but if they want to go to that next level, they need to develop that pocket punt, like the
spirals.
So
there's still that filter there.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that gives the American kids like because Australians are so good at the rollout college style, like the rollout Australian style, they might get to a school program and the special teams coordinator goes like, look, this is my job. This is what I do here. My job is to make our special teams as good as possible. And your best kick is your rollout. So that's all we're going to do.
Right.
So you roll out for 4 years and you haven't developed that spiral. And then it comes to time to do your pro day and you get there and the Bills walk up to you and say, look, we want to see you smack a 5-second, 50-yard ball. And all you've been doing is rolling out for the last 4 years. You're not going to be able to do it.
So would it be that like those coaches and those punting systems in Australia, they're trying to get kids to college? Like that's what they see as successful. So if they could get you a placement in college and they'll just let you go and that's their thing.
Exactly.
So they're not then going to go, because the way I see it is like the spread punt system in college or like the shield or whatever is kind of just like the set and forget for special teams coaches.
Without
I
a
feel
doubt.
like.
Yeah.
Because I mean, the pro style involves like a lot of technique. It involves a lot of like attention. Your snapper needs to block. Yep. And the way that I've always kind of looked at it is like, if you're in the SEC, like, you're going to have your snapper block like a defensive end from Alabama? You know what I mean? I don't think there's not a lot of college snappers that could do that. So it's like a super set and forget, I feel like, kind of system for college coaches.
Without a doubt. And I mean, like, don't get me wrong. Those Australian programs like Punt Factory and ProKick, they teach the spiral and everything like that. But if you've got a guy who's coming in and smacking 50-yard 4-3 rollout kicks outside the numbers consistently, you're going to send that tape to Ole Miss and they're going to turn around and be like...
Because they're going to use it. Plus, it doesn't matter. If they're going to get there, they're going to do what their special teams coordinator says.
Exactly. Very much like special teams coordinators can go one of either ways. They can be like, look, you're coming into my world, do what I want.
Yeah.
Or like my special teams coordinator, Derek Day, in my second year, just pretty much said to me, I don't know how to kick a football. You do your thing.
Yeah.
And he just said, I'm going to come up to you and say, what are we going to do? And you tell me and we'll run it. Yeah. And I was like, sweet. And it was great.
I noticed kind of the same thing for like snappers, like where, I mean, not every guy has the ambition to go pro as a specialist. Mm-hmm. And I didn't think I was going to go pro, but I always kind of wanted to and thought about it.
I feel like it's in the back of your head.
Yeah. That's like when I went on my recruiting visit to college, my head coach, I met with him and he was like, we're not going to not talk about the possibility of going pro. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I went to an FCS school. It wasn't something that was in like the forefront of my mind. But as soon as he said that, I was like, oh, you get a little bit excited. Everyone dreams of that.
Exactly.
But I feel like when it comes to like snapping, it's the same thing where a lot of the systems and the way that what snappers are told to do in the systems that they're running in college, it kind of hangs them out to dry when it comes to playing in the pros.
Yep.
So the UFL season, like preseason just happened, right?
Yeah.
And there was this video that came out. Destroying does his like vlogs and everything.
Yep.
There was a video. I think the first episode of his vlog from preseason, the snapper in that clip was having like a really tough time.
Yep.
And he was one of the guys that actually was in my draft year.
Oh yeah.
So I was going to a few camps with him. Have you seen this? It's like on Twitter and everything right now. Basically, they're having their first scrimmage of the preseason. It's the San Antonio Brahmas. And
they've got Australian as well.
Yeah, Brad Wing, yeah. And so this guy is like facing pressure for the first time in like a pro style, I think.
So it hasn't snapped pro style until getting to the UFL.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. He was a Senior Bowl guy, so he might have been He might have like done it at the Senior Bowls. It's not like a true show.
Yeah.
So anyways,
Yeah.
he gets into the pro style and you could tell he just like, he's a little bit lost. You know what I mean? Which isn't his fault. But, you know, they put it in the vlog and you see him on the sideline and he's all like, you know, like pissed off and really sad. And of course, everyone in the comments is like, dude, like I feel for that guy. Like it's super high level football, right?
Yeah.
So nothing against him. But I mean, I think that is less the product of his capability as a snapper and more the product of if you go and you snap in a spread scheme and you got your head down and you're just like taking off every time, you're not setting back, you're not taking block steps, going and transitioning to the pros is completely different.
100%.
Right? So I think there's a lot of coaches, like youth coaches, like in youth camps that kind of instill like these techniques that aren't conducive to like getting guys to the pros. And that's fine. It's like ProKick. You know what I mean? It's if you want to, you know, get guys to college, that's one thing.
100%.
But then you got to be real and honest and upfront about what's expected playing in pro style.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like my biggest thing, because I played a pro style in college, was like, dude, I spent 4 years relearning completely how to long snap and getting my eyes up and being able to set and everything. It's just not something that is like super evident right now.
And honestly, like you look at the percentages of people that make it to the pros in comparison to the percentages that make it to college football, it's like you can't be a brand or an organization and put on your like discovery page essentially, come and train with us and make it to the pros.
Yeah.
Because it's like,
yeah.
you think about the NFL, they'll carry one punter on their squad, maybe two.
Yeah.
Maybe two, but very rarely because all the punters are just sitting there that are free agents.
That's how it works.
Yeah. If you're like, if a punter goes out and breaks his leg one week, the day after they've signed a new one from free agency who's been on a roster, who's been in that environment for their whole career.
Yes.
So it's like,
yeah,
they won't carry two people on their roster unless like it's a international guy on their practice squads that doesn't count towards a salary cap or anything. Like,
yeah,
so there's 32 jobs in the NFL. There's 9 teams in the CFL. I don't know how many teams are in the UFL. I'm going to say 9 as well. But you think about that. 36 plus 18, what's that? 54?
yeah.
54. That's 54 spots as a punter or a long snapper.
Yeah,
that you've
long
got
snapper for sure. It's one. Like,
out of how many there are in the country, like in the US and Canada,
Yeah.
and now Australia too.
Yeah.
And overseas as well. The Ireland and fucking England and everyone coming out now. There's kickers and punters from the international pathway. Like,
yeah.
there's so much competition out there. I'd be interested to see the people's opinions that are shitting on all the Australians of the Irish guys that are coming across.
What is that? One sec. This is the computer's gonna die, so I gotta figure this out. But let's take a break while I figure out the computer situation. And we're back.
We're back. We never left.
Yeah. I think no, I think
We're gonna keep that.
so
in.
wait, so no, we'll like cut around it.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll make it look like professional.
Okay. Yeah.
Wait, so they're coming from what are the Irish
The Irish
guys
kick,
doing?
bro. So the Irish, so they've got this game in Ireland, and actually, funny they say that the GM of Something in the Water is from Ireland.
Wait, is it just rugby?
No,
just
it's
rugby
called
players?
Gaelic football, and it's a combination of soccer and
Oh, yeah, where
rugby
they dribble the
and
ball,
Australian
and there's
football
a
and
net.
basketball. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
wild. And they all kick, and obviously they play rugby in Australia as well. Or my hairline looks crazy right now.
Yeah, you had a really weird stage
It's
with that
going
haircut.
back.
Well, are you still doing the Mr. T for camp?
Big back. Don't know yet. Maybe blonde.
Blonde.
Platinum.
When I came in, our John was blonde.
Yeah, no, that's why I feel like I couldn't do it
Yeah.
because he's done it.
But it's also a really Australian thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. Anyway. Yeah. So they play this Gaelic sport, and they obviously play rugby over there as well. So they can all kick, they can all punt, and they're just coming in and just bombing balls from like they're smacking. I saw videos of the international player pathway. That's what it's called, like pro day. So they have their own pro day, and a dude smacked it from 64, and it went through halfway up the field goal post.
Mm-hmm.
They were indoors, given that, but like that's got to be something. That's a powerful leg.
I mean, football's like something for everything. Everyone's sport.
Yeah,
like
literally.
I was this there's this like Netflix docuseries about Olympic basketball that just came out about the Paris Olympics. They did a whole history.
My Netflix is blocked.
Oh, you're on the VPN?
No.
Oh, you just don't pay your bill.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Okay. No, that checks out.
Probably
but they were doing a like a history of like basketball and the Olympics and how like at a certain point everyone started catching up with the U.S. because basketball became like this international
I saw the trailer
sport.
to that. Yeah.
Dude,
like Spain and Serbia and shit dominating.
Think about all the different types of like body types, all the different types of athletes that are on a football team. There's literally something for everyone.
You've got someone like
every
me and you.
What?
And then someone like
what are me and you? I just said athlete.
Yeah, we're not really, are we?
I'm thinking more of like the Samoan rugby players.
Yeah.
Mailata,
athletes.
That Mailata that comes
Jordan.
over and starts at a tackler.
Philly. Yeah, plays for Philly.
Yeah.
And then there's us on the same team.
Yeah. That's a mind bender.
We're more like paper athletes. Like on paper, we're athletes.
No, that's what it says on my tax return.
Yeah.
No, I think, but this actually kind of goes to a point I was thinking about.
But if you pass the eye test of us walking out of Wendy's with fucking 3 bags in our hands.
Yeah, bro, but every athlete does that. Like, we're definitely not the worst.
If we walked out beside Sean Oakman.
Yeah.
And we had 3 bags and he had 3 bags, people would look at him and go, "Oh, he must work pretty hard."
That's kind of offensive to me. And I know that we're drinking beer right now and everything, but I have been eating chicken and rice for like the past...
Chicken, rice, and beans.
Chicken, rice, and beans for the past 2 weeks, getting shredded, absolutely shredded for training camp. So
I've got a better plan for that. I got the flu a couple weeks ago. Bang.
Perfect.
8 pounds in 24 hours. Gone.
Getting out of bed like Bambi. Just
yeah, pretty much. Didn't eat for 3 days.
But God, you skinny?
I got lean.
Yeah, no, if you walk out of a Wendy's next to Sean Oakman, I mean, Sean Oakman can walk out of a Wendy's next to half the NBA and look like fucking Avatar, bro.
Avatar's crazy.
Yeah, man. Oak's a great guy, though. I saw him recently. Oh, my God. I saw Oak.
Going to the Alouettes?
Yeah, he's in Montreal now. I saw him coming out of the practice facility.
Yep.
And, or the indoor. And... I'm like so excited to see him, and he's like, dude, are you and a girl like having a kid? And I'm
yes.
And I'm like, no. What? So I obviously thought there was a rumor or something, which I don't know. Why would that's like the most weirdest shit. Like what Sean like? No, he goes, yeah, you're like pretty big right now. And that's the same thing Wynn tells me all the time, bro. He's like, you're pretty pudgy right now.
Bro, the most crippling comment I got, I was in college, and it was my first year. I remember like this like shredded, like jacked up 6'5" tight end. We're in the weight room, and he comes up to me. He's just like, "Man, you're looking really big right now." And I was like, "Oh shit."
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, man. And he goes, "Yeah, you're like almost half the size of me." And I was like, "Oh, okay." I was like, "Thanks."
Yeah.
That's just real crushing.
That's an ego right there.
Yeah, it's hurt.
Dude, there are a lot of egos on college football teams.
Physically hurt.
Yeah. No, I
half the size of me.
Dude, almost
half the size of me.
I had a lot of those moments in the weight room. Dude, oh my God, you want to know a good story about that? So I was we obviously have these team lifts and we're doing they'll like that. They'll like the slurp right into the mic. There you go.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Obviously you're in team lift in college and it's like a squat day. Like it's college football, so you're doing like 15 sets of 4 at 600 85%. Excuse me.
Yeah, in the mic.
And I'm like looking for a rack because we had a lot of racks, but like I wanted to get it done. So I'm kind of bouncing around. And I go up to this rack with like I don't know, I was probably doing like 325 or something like that. And I go up to this rack.
Subtle flex.
That's not a flex in college football, bro. That's not a flex in college football. That is like a warm up clean for half the team.
Yeah.
So I'm going up to Iraq, and there's two.
You going to Iraq?
Yeah, yeah. Wheels are turning. Nothing's there. I promise you, I tried. I'm going to. There's
You're a helicopter flyer.
God, I gotta fucking finish this story, dude.
Sorry,
it's been
bro.
like
Sorry,
5 minutes of me. I'm walking up to Iraq. That's all he got. Okay. And there's two younger guys, like 2 years younger than me, and they're both like DBs. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'll live with these guys. Did not expect anything crazy. I'm obviously blurry already. I'm like 12 sets deep, and I look at the bar, and I'm like, cool. They got like 325 on the bar. I get under the bar. I walk it out. I'm like, this is really heavy. I sit down in the hole, and I have a panic moment. I just get stuck.
Oh,
I'm like, what? I honestly in that moment thought my legs failed. Like I thought I was having like nerve issues. So they, picked me up out of the hole in a lift.
The wind beneath your wings.
What's that?
The wind beneath your wings.
Yeah, they picked me up. They saved me, and or like I just crash out or something. And I look at the bar, and they have like 455 on the bar, and they're
How did
like,
you miscalculate that?
I don't know, but like two years younger than me, DBs, and I'm just like, I wasn't embarrassed. I laughed about it, but I mean, still, dude, I was like, why you guys
Walked away. Fuck.
yeah, like, man, they're already passing me,
Yeah.
That's okay.
My come to realization moment was like, I went to Australia, came from Australia and had my first year in college and went back to Australia at the end of the year. I went and saw my physio in Australia, and he's like working on my back, and he's just like, you've put on like a lot of muscle and everything like that. And I was like, oh, fuck, thanks. Like, I feel pretty good. Went back to college for spring, and then came home after the spring as well, and went back to see my physio.
So he's giving you the deep tissue on your back.
He's giving me.
And he gives you he like whispers a compliment like that in your ear, and you like that.
Yeah, stroked my hair.
Yeah, you enjoyed that.
Yeah,
that's weird.
Kind of.
That's
now that
weird.
you're saying it like that, yeah, a little bit wild.
You're on the table like, I needed this.
Yeah, I needed this, and then I was like, actually, no, I didn't. But anyway, go back and see him 6 months later, and he goes, "Whoa, you've changed body composition a lot." That's all he said to me, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
And then the more you think about it, you're like, oh, he just called me fat.
Yeah.
It's pretty
well, you do
subtle
that to
way
yourself
of calling me
too.
fat.
This season, we were halfway through the season, and you're like, dude, I can't wait for the off season. I'm gonna get up to like 265.
255.
No, you said 260 in the season. You said at least 260. And I'm just thinking about you trying to punt at 260.
Would have been a very heavy.
That's impossible.
But I did get to 245 was the heaviest I got to.
Big.
And now I'm down to 225. So we're back to playing weight.
What percent of that was the flu, and what percent of that was hard work and determination?
100% was the flu. 100%. 100%. Went from eating 5,000 calories a day to eating 0 calories a day.
Not 0.
I didn't eat for like 3 days.
Oh, wait, because of the flu.
Because of the flu.
Oh, okay.
Prior to that, I was eating 5,000, then dropped it back to like 2.5, and then
25,
and then dropped it back to 0 for a space of 4 days.
Yeah.
Honestly, worked wonders. Really just flushed my system of everything, all the muscle.
That's terrible.
And everything I had. Yeah.
I hate the flu.
Yeah, it was terrible.
That's
Still haven't quite gotten over it, but
that was like my my rookie year. I went up to Ottawa for a workout, and I got really sick like the 2 weeks before that. And I was already light, but I lost like 10 pounds, and I didn't tell my agent or anything. So
smart.
Yeah, no, I know, but I went to the workout and
at the Red Blacks?
At the Red Blacks, yeah.
Oh shit!
It was like April of my draft year. So, anyways, I do the workout. I thought I did really, really good. Everyone was really happy, and then they were like, okay, we're just gonna go weigh you in and everything, and I'm like,
Oh, chug that gallon of water.
Wow. I didn't have any time, so I went in. They took my weight. The guy that was taking my weight was just like, okay, I was like 205. Yeah. So I was like already light, and then I was really light when I went there.
Fuck.
And he took it down, and then oh boy, they gave us they gave us lunch, or like whatever. We were eating at the facility, and the coach walks in, Dice walks in, and he's like, "Hey man, can I talk to you for a sec?" And I'm like, "Oh shit." He's like, "What'd you weigh in at?" I'm like, "I was really sick." That's all I said. And then I'm on my drive back because I drove up from Massachusetts where I went to school. And I was like crossing the border and I got a call from my agent. I'm like, oh my God. I'm screwed. I'm fucked.
I'm never playing pro again.
He goes, hey man, what'd you win? I go, 205. He goes, holy shit. I go, I was really sick. He's like, did you go to the hospital? That's an absurd amount. I go, no.
I just dealt with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, dude, between that and the draft, I put on 20 pounds.
That's why you didn't get picked up by Ottawa, I guess.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, I guess.
Shit happens.
Everything works out. Everything has a purpose.
And now we're here, huh?
Now we're here.
Now we're here.
So,
I noticed that you are moving apartments right now.
I am.
And you have a box marked important documents. What important documents could one possess that needs
It's
their
actually
own box?
good. It's funny because I know I'm going to be looking back at this in a couple years and just think about like, oh my God, that was such an obnoxious time in my life because I've literally been packing my entire apartment up. And this is the funny thing about it. I'll address that in one sec, but this is the funny thing about it is I've been on the phone with my girlfriend for like, I don't know, like the past 3 days, just like, oh my God, my life is terrible. Like I spent 24 hours packing every day. I'm moving down the hall.
Literally like 10 rooms from here.
I'm moving
What are you
down the hall.
You're at 22 now. Where are you moving to?
309.
Well, now you've told everybody your floor and number. I was just saying.
They don't
22.
know my address.
Says your whole address.
Hey, I'm not afraid of that. Come find me at 309. You do the rest. You do the math.
You figure it out.
Toronto's a big city.
Can't wait for the whole of the Argos nation to follow you home one night from a game this year.
So, anyways, I'm packing up my stuff. Important documents. Yeah, I have a box listed important documents.
It's your CFL contract and your birth certificate.
Yeah, no, I actually don't. That's just like all these papers that
And your SSN.
I accumulate. Just like I think are important, and I know that if I lose, I might be bad in the future.
So that box has stayed sealed for the last 27 years.
No, I just packed that. Yeah, I just packed that.
I see.
But I like how ominous it looks. I didn't actually intend for it to look as ominous as it
I picked up on that before, and I was like, what fucking important documents does this guy
It's
have?
like equivalent of packing a box and writing secret.
Secret. This is all my secrets in this one box.
Yeah, no, I'm literally just moving down the hall. Those are my important documents. It'd be funny though if I wrote like stuff on every box. Like imagine you hired a hiring company and you packed beforehand. Oh, a moving company.
You hired a hiring
this is
company?
Really good.
These are delicious.
These are insane. I'm crushing mine. I'm about to open another one, but
yeah, I've crushed my first one, and I'm already on my second one.
Attaboy.
They've got a sweetness to bitterness ratio on the side, I guess it is, and it's very evenly balanced. It's 1 to 1.
I'm still thinking about.
Yeah.
Imagine hiring a moving company.
Imagine hiring a hiring company.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Fucking idiot. What?
Hiring a hiring company is a thing. You could hire a company to find new employees for you. So I'm not completely wrong. Anyways, imagine hiring a moving company and then packing all your stuff and writing on the outside of the box like grandma.
Just an urn.
You don't even know what's in there. Or like
an urn of hash.
You know, like you write on the outside of the box like do not open ever. You know what I mean?
I feel like there'd be some like satanic shit in there. Bad juju.
Yeah.
Bad
But
juju.
it's just your bedding.
Yeah.
Or it's just like random, like your shoes, but you label it something.
I think you could do that though. I feel like people have done that.
Be hilarious.
I feel like people have done that.
That would be
Put some
so
wild shit on there.
So yeah, important documents could just be like toilet paper.
Yeah. Honestly, it probably is.
Those are important documents.
Yeah. Shit tickets.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. You've never heard that? Shit tickets?
No, I haven't.
Producer over there giggling.
Yeah. Oh my God. So what's up with you? What's new with you?
Not a whole lot. Just been working. Pretty flat out.
You're going to Australia pretty soon.
Going to Australia pretty soon. Yeah, I'm taking the other half to come back and meet the family.
What do you do?
She's glaring at me
when
from
you take someone to Australia? What do you do that to show them the Australian experience, the authentic Australian experience? Because you know what I do? I go to the opera house and I go. That's about it.
Yeah,
that's all I know.
That's like a smooth 9-hour drive from my house. So I guess we just pop down there for the day.
You're in Melbourne.
A little bit north of Melbourne.
Yeah.
Middle of nowhere. But I don't know. I've never taken anyone to Australia. I've just gone.
You've just
been a lone wolf.
Yeah.
Rolling in and out of the US. So this will be the first time. But yeah,
do you have an itinerary plan?
My family does. I'm kind of just showing up. Like I'm taking the better half back there and just showing up at the airport, getting picked up.
Yeah.
And then go home. I do have a list of food that I want to eat. That's probably.
Because if you just take her to your hometown, she's going to look around and go, oh, we have one of these in Canada. It's called Orangeville.
She'll probably say, yeah. She'll see
hey, we have one of these in Canada. It's called Guelph.
She'll see all the creatures rolling around on meth, and they'll be like, it's just like home, baby. But where I live...
Are Australian crackheads different than Canadian crackheads?
Yeah. Because I feel like Canadian crackheads are like fentanyl. Are we going to get banned for saying this on the internet?
We could probably... I don't know. I'll do some research. Leave it to me.
We'll just post it.
I'll bleep it if I need to.
Anyway, I feel like, majority of the people in Toronto are on the F drug.
Sure.
Is that better?
Yeah, that should work. Probably.
And everybody in Australia is just on meth. Oh, well, I fucked it up, didn't I?
Everyone in Toronto's on the F drug. Everyone in Australia is on black tar heroin.
Shit. So, yeah, I guess they are a little bit different. Like, you walk down this...
more froggy.
Yeah. They're superhuman.
Okay.
So yeah, I guess they are, but the thing I'm really only like keeping a list of is the food that I want to eat when I go back. Like that's the thing I'm like, obviously family and friends, but like that's the thing that I miss.
Yeah.
Them eating my...
You're away from them so long that it becomes normal.
Yeah. Mom's gonna kill me when she watches this.
It's okay.
Yeah, I'm super hyped to have Australian KFC.
How's that any different?
Bro, don't even at me with this.
The KFC guy's from Toronto.
What?
The KFC guy? The guy on the picture?
Colonel Sanders.
Yeah, it's from Mississauga.
Really?
Yeah. So we have the best stuff here.
I don't think he is.
He is.
I think he's from Kentucky.
Can our producer look that up?
Can you Google that to see where the person is from? Like where Colonel Sanders is from? I'm 90% sure he's from Kentucky. Because I went to the first ever
I know it's called Kentucky.
KFC.
He has a house in Mississauga. I know that. Hondo P.
I think you're thinking of the CEO. But
no.
Colonel Sanders is from Kentucky.
No.
Oh.
But where did he lived in Mississauga?
No, he didn't. He lived in Corbin,
Kentucky. Can you
Kentucky.
fact check that? Boom. That's a lot of time.
When was he in Kentucky?
I don't think he was ever in Kentucky.
Did I go to this whole museum for nothing?
The museum should be in Mississauga, Ontario.
It sounds like it should be. It should be Mississauga fried chicken.
Our producer's saying that he lived in Mississauga from 1965 till his death.
I'm kind of concerned. What? Tell me the name of the person you're talking to right now. I'm talking about.
She said he has nothing to do with Kentucky. Eat shit, dude.
Really?
Why do you question me?
Let me fucking. Where was Kentucky Fried Chicken founded?
The answer I found is North Corbin.
Yeah, go fuck yourselves. North Corbin, Kentucky.
Yeah, but he's not. No, I understand.
Where is Colonel Sanders from?
She already said it. It's Indiana.
Colonel Sanders
Why is he
was born
dying
in
on this
Henryville,
hill?
Indiana.
What does this have anything to do with you're the Kentucky Fried Chicken in Australia?
Because we were talking about it, and then I was saying how good it is in Australia, and it's
So the
so much better
biggest
than Canada.
thing, so the biggest thing that you have to give about Australia is Kentucky Fried Chicken.
No.
And then you move to Kentucky, right? To go to play college football.
Yep.
And so you went to Kentucky, and still the biggest thing about Australia, usually it's like if you're a KFC lover and you move to Kentucky, that's the holy grail, but you're still claiming Australia.
Honestly, I went to the first ever KFC, which is in Corbin, Kentucky, and had it there, and it was trash. Like, so you go to Australia, and
This is terrible.
you have KFC in
We
Australia.
can't post it. Not that I care, but
You have KFC in Australia, and the sandwiches from there are insane. They have this thing called the Zinger Burger. Oh, bro, it's like spicy, so good. Anyway, I'll take you there when we go back one day. But anyway,
I can't buy that. That's the best thing about Australia.
It's not.
If we go to Australia, you take me to a KFC, and you're like, "This is the highlight of the trip."
you'll actually love
I'm
it.
pissed.
It's so good.
That's a $2,000 plane ticket, dude.
3,000.
It's
Anyway,
an expensive
Anyway.
drumstick, bro.
I get it. All right, I'm excited about KFC. Leave me alone. I'm a fat ass.
What do you do in Melbourne? What do you?
I'm not from Melbourne.
What's your? I mean, like you're from the outskirts of Melbourne.
2 hours away?
That's urban sprawl and everything. You don't claim it.
No, I'm not from Melbourne.
You should claim it.
From Bendigo.
You should claim Melbourne.
Bendigo. Nah. I say I'm from near Melbourne because it's close. But it's like a rural city. So there's not like a whole lot to do apart from like local sport.
What's your perfect day?
Perfect day.
Yeah.
I'd go fishing.
What do you catch?
Golf.
There? What do you catch in Australia?
Something called the Murray cod.
Dude, I knew it was gonna be so different. It's something I've never thought of before. Is like if you go to a completely different place in the world, you're gonna hear about because here we catch like pike and walleyes. You know what those are?
No, I know what pike is. Never know what walleye was.
Walleye, pickerel?
Nope.
No?
No.
That's so weird, bro.
Bass?
Bass, yeah.
No, what bass are.
Yeah, like largemouth bass.
Yeah,
Bass.
Bath. Catch bath. I catch bath down south.
I stocked my bath with
Yeah,
bath.
bath down south.
Okay. So this must be getting you really excited.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's
you're
really
probably
hard.
psyched. She's thinking of Bondi Beach, and you're gonna bring her to Bendigo.
Yeah, she wants to go back. We're gonna go to a fauna park, which is like a you know what fauna is? Animals.
Fauna.
Yeah, fauna.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go to a fauna park.
A zoo?
Sort of. It's owned by a zoo, but it doesn't have like lions, giraffes. It's got like Australian animals. So it's called a fauna park.
Like kangaroos?
Yeah. Kangaroos, emus, koalas, wombats, Tassie devils, echidnas.
All Australian animals sound like just what I thought they were. They're just like cartoons. Like I just thought they existed in cartoons.
They basically are. Like,
The Tasmanian devil.
yeah, Tassie devil from Looney
That's
Tunes.
a real thing, right?
Yeah. They're not as big as Taz, but
Yeah.
they're small.
I have boots
then-
from Tasmania.
Yeah. Bloodstones.
Blundstones.
Yep. Yeah, anyway, back on topic. We're excited. Yeah, we're excited. I think she's gonna hold a koala or something like that. So
I get that you want to go home and just have home.
I do. I just want to go back and relax, see the fam, see my friends.
For me, that's like
eat my home food.
It's weird, right? Because it's like I've never been to Australia.
You have to come next time.
You know,
You should come next off season.
dude, it's such a hike.
But
I've never been on a plane that long.
honestly,
I've been to Africa. I've never been on a plane that long.
it's a subtle flex. Been to Africa,
I've been to Africa.
safari type shit.
Sort of, yeah.
See, that's cool.
Kenya.
Oh, careful, Ebola.
What?
Isn't that in Kenya?
That's a terrible response. That is a terrible first response to have to someone that says the name of a country. Is careful.
Well,
I don't know. No,
looking
you
out
gotta
for your
worry more about
well-being.
malaria than you got about fucking Ebola.
I feel like malaria is like the Congo.
No,
It's the same shit, right? They're
No.
all in the same spot.
malaria is like that whole range of latitudes. Do you know that
The whole of Africa.
Do you know that half the people that ever lived died of malaria?
Half the people that ever lived died of malaria.
Yeah.
What?
Producer, you can fact check that one. That's true.
The half of the people that have ever lived on planet Earth
Died of malaria.
died of malaria.
Yes.
So if 6 billion people lived on planet Earth, 3
3
billion have
died.
died of.
Yes.
That's wrong.
Look it up.
I'm going to put that out there right now. That's wrong.
Look it up. I'm just spitting facts tonight. Do you like hanging out with me because you learn new things?
Like I learned, like I feel like you should have your own segment on our SHK show
Just-
called Useless Facts.
That's not useless.
When are you ever going to use that? Oh,
No,
fucking
that's
close.
not fucking true at all. No.
5%. That is close to 50. Thickhead.
Look up of all the people that have ever lived, half of them died from malaria. Well, I don't trust her Googling.
What's the percentage of all the people that have ever lived dying of malaria?
Here's what I found.
Oh. Has malaria really killed half of everyone who ever lived? I'm Googling. Our planet has been home to an estimated 109 billion human beings.
What?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Fucking a lot of people. And according to another what word is OFTRE? There's been 262 million recorded cases of malaria death.
Recorded.
Oh, all right. Well,
Recorded.
you could just say anyone died and
We
they had
started
malaria.
recording like 50 years ago.
Humans only existed.
Yeah, give me this figure. I want to know what you think. I want to know what you think. Yeah, give me it.
Dug myself a hole here.
Yeah. You go to feel it up.
Well, what are we in? We're in 2025.
Yeah.
So 2025 years ago was
Here we go.
0, right?
Yep.
Prior to that was BC,
Yes.
because Christ was born at 0,
Yeah.
which then switched to AD, which is Anno Domini. Okay?
Yeah.
When was the T-Rex around? Like 55,000 BC? Well,
No.
Are we talking a long time? Wait, like a long time.
Million years
Okay. So we're breaching the areas of like a
There
million.
were people around 55,000 years ago.
Yeah, well, there was people with T-Rexes. Have you seen
Like-
Jurassic Park?
There were not people with T-Rexes.
There was 100% cavemen.
Dude, there's no way. There's no way. Dude, there were not people around with T-Rexes. Mammals weren't even like necessarily a thing. The reason that mammals became dominant in the world is because the extinction of the T-Rexes.
Was there people with T-Rexes?
I
Jurassic
found
Park.
this on the web.
The time where humans inhabited it. Oh wait, no, that's a question. Were
I know this
T-Rexes
was-
alive when people were?
Here's what I found.
No,
I need to chat GPT
No,
this.
they
I
weren't.
can't do it. There has to be.
They weren't. They weren't. I'm sorry, they weren't, bro.
Have you seen Ice Age?
Bro, the
Ice Age, there's
the premise
people.
of Jurassic Park is that they recreate dinosaurs. Jurassic Park isn't set.
I know.
2 million
I know
years ago.
that, but Ice Age.
Bro, honestly, the Jurassic Park, the dinosaurs might have been like 60 million years ago. Honestly, I think that's a fair estimate. People started happening like maybe 100,000 years ago. And we're talking like very primitive, like not even necessarily maybe Homo sapien. Man,
Been
you have a
lied to.
very distorted view of the world.
Yeah, well, I wasn't around back then, so it doesn't really matter to me, does it?
Is that,
Is that a
how
fucked up thing to say?
That is.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's pretty bad.
Because everything just repeats itself over
Great.
and over and over
Actually,
again.
speaking of repeating ourselves, asteroid going to hit Earth sometime soon.
3% chance or something like that. And it's supposed to only hit like at the equator.
It's supposed to be a fucking planet killer.
No, it's not.
It is. It's supposed to create another.
You're fear-mongering.
I'm not. I read fucking the Daily Mail.
What you're reading is wrong. Bro, it's supposed to like be able to take out a city. That's what I've heard.
Yeah, right. It's the fucking
If you think
it's 11 kilometers
if
wide.
you think it's gonna end the world, why aren't you panicking right now?
Because it's only a 3% that's going to hit us, and it's not supposed to hit us for like 55
I wouldn't
years
take that
or
gamble.
something, isn't it? It's not supposed to hit us for a long time.
Well, a smooth 55 years, and then
Well, what? We'd be 80. How old are you?
24.
Oh yeah, you're fucked. 100%. I'll be in the grave by then, without a doubt. I'm 27 now. 55 years from now, that's 82.
No, yeah. I mean, with the way you're living life,
She's shaking her head at me over there. I'd be pretty close. 82? What's the average life expectancy?
Okay,
right now?
I'll say this: with the advances in modern medicine that we're having, you might live till 150. There's gonna be a pill one day that you take, and it's gonna be like you just went to the
red
gym
pill
for
or the
3
blue pill?
hours. I'm a blue pill guy.
Well, you're just going back into the Matrix.
Yeah.
You don't want to know?
I love my life.
Fuck. I want to go hang out with Neo. I'm going to the Matrix.
No, honestly, someone hands you a red pill or a blue pill, you're taking the red pill. Why?
Without a doubt.
Why?
I don't want to be stuck.
Stuck? What do you mean stuck? If I hated my life, I would take the red pill. But I really like my life. I want to keep living it, so I'll just take the blue pill.
Well, you can live it just on the outside.
No, your life fundamentally changes when you understand the truth.
Was that a direct quote?
No.
It sounded automatically like the direct quote.
I know. I have it ready to go. I think about this a lot.
The Matrix or...
Well, the red pill, blue
Life.
pill thing. I was actually talking to our producer Hamza about it on the drive back from your place.
I tell you what, the drive from here to
He
Indiana...
goes, I don't know he's going to see this, so I want him to know I thought it was funny. But I go, I'm a blue pill guy, man. I go, I'm happy with my life. Like, I just don't want to know. Like, I'm not going to spend my whole day listening to conspiracy theories and stuff like that. Like, I got more important stuff to do. And he goes, it's usually the sign of someone that really hates themselves. I'm sitting there in the passenger seat like,
Yeah, sit with that.
yeah.
Go home and think about it. Oh, he's the man.
Oh, man. He's one of a kind.
Tell you what, the 7-hour drive from here to Indiana, it's going to be long.
Yeah. Yeah, we got that coming
And you know what? I land probably 20 hours prior to that from Australia. I'm going to get straight in the car and drive to Indiana.
Yeah. Okay, I want to iron out the Australia thing by raising back the debate that we were having before about
KFC.
the crossing.
Oh.
What's it called? Cahill's Crossing?
Oh, Cahill's Crossing in Australia. Yep.
Yeah. So Cahill's Crossing in Australia is a place where it's like overrun by crocodiles.
Saltwater crocodiles. It's
Right.
a point where two pieces of land is divided by a river that goes up and down with the tides and the moon, and you have to cross it in your 4-wheel drive or vehicle, depending on the tide
And they
levels.
refuse to build a bridge.
I'm assuming that they don't build a bridge because everyone that's tried it's just been eaten by the crocodiles.
How? It's
But-
2025. How'd they not build a bridge?
I guess they're protected crocodiles. You can't kill them.
Yeah, but building the bridge has nothing to do with killing a crocodile.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So, anyways, it's this road. Imagine there's this road, and it kind of like
I think I pretty much set the scene with two pieces of land connected by a piece of water
yeah,
that you
but-
drive across.
Yeah, but then the water, as the high tide comes, covers the road.
Yeah,
but people
the road's
still
covered all
try-
the time.
People still try to cross it.
Yeah.
If the high tide's there, we'll take your car away.
Yeah, low tide you can drive.
And people do this all the time. And how many crocodiles are there?
A lot.
So we were talking about how many people in the world, with their bare hands, would it take to destroy, to defeat all of the crocodiles
Well, we
at
need to set
Cahill's
a
Crossing and make and make it safe.
We need to set a figure of how many crocodiles are in said crossing.
Yeah, how many are there?
What, say like 200?
Only 200?
In that one little area. It's a lot. That's quite dense.
Okay. Yeah, you're right.
200 crocodiles to your one car.
And how big are they?
They range from 30 centimeter little babies to like 4 meter crocs.
Let's assume they're all like 3 to 4 meter.
Average
crocodiles.
out at 3 to 4.
Yeah.
3 to 4 meters. Because you get your big ones that are big as fuck.
3
and then
and
you
a
get your
half
smaller
meters.
ones.
Yeah.
3.5 meter crocodile. I'm 193
200
centimeters tall. And I'm 6'3".
193 centimeters means nothing to me.
Well, look at me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 193 centimeters.
So that's like
when I stand up straight.
Almost 2.
Almost 2 meters tall. So it's 1.5 of me. Two of me.
2 of you, yeah.
2 of me.
No, that's a dinosaur. That's huge. So then, if there's 200 crocodiles and we want to...
Actually, let me fucking... Average length of a saltwater crocodile.
On average, adult males range 4.0 to 4.5 meters.
Holy
Oh my god!
We were
So they're
so
really
wrong.
like 5 because they're big there, right?
We were so wrong.
899 to 1,698 lb.
So they're really like 5.
Bro! 4 to 4.5 meters. 14.9 feet.
This changes a lot.
408 to 770 kilos.
Wait, so...
I'm 100 kegs.
And they're bigger at Cahill Crossing, right?
There's probably some big ones in there.
So
But
let's
like-
say 4.5's average?
4.5 meters. No, they average at 4 to 4.5.
4.25 average.
That is 2.5, 2 and a bit of me.
So then-
193 centimeters plus 193 centimeters is 386 meters. 386 centimeters. They are another 39 centimeters. So another ruler. 2 of me and a ruler. And that's the average height, the average size of a male saltwater crocodile.
Nose to tail.
Holy shit.
Okay, so wait, so how many? What I'm trying to figure out is if we brought in a bunch of people and we said that they can't use any weapons, we're gonna solve.
This throws a spanner in the works.
We're gonna solve the issue of Cahill Crossing.
200 crocodiles.
200 crocodiles versus how many people bare knuckle can solve that issue?
Bare knuckle cage fight. I wonder if they have this fact. How many, on average, crocodiles are at Cahill Crossing?
This is gonna destroy us too.
I found this on the web.
It doesn't say.
Let's go 200.
We'll just say 200, right?
Yeah.
So you've got 200 4-meter crocodiles that are 400 kilos in
Let's
front of you.
boil it down to 1. Let's say we're
So
gonna
go to
recruit
one
a
crocodile.
bunch of average people, but they're very committed to the cause, and they're gonna go all out.
They want to clean it up.
They want to clean it up. They want to clean up the swamp.
Fuck.
For 1, how many people can take on an alligator and defeat
crocodile.
it? A crocodile.
I've seen Steve Irwin wrestle a crocodile, but
I'm
not
saying
many people
average
are like
people.
Steve Irwin.
Yeah, I'm saying average people.
I think.
Also, he wasn't wrestling a 4.5 meter
Yeah,
crocodile.
that's true. Fucking.
That's like that you would die.
I reckon 6 people to take one crocodile like that.
More than that.
That's 600 kilo. What's the average person? Me?
no,
You?
no, like 5'11" maybe.
Yeah, so you.
I'm 6 foot.
Short 6 foot.
It says 6'1" on the website.
Okay. Lies.
It says 6. It says 6'1" on the Argos page. I'm probably 6'1.5".
Okay. All right.
This is not the place to do this.
Okay, fair enough. So we'll say 5'11", 75 kegs.
Yeah, sure, fine.
80. Round off. 5'11", 80 kegs.
Yeah,
6 people.
no,
80 times 6. 8 times 6. 48.
that has nothing to do with it.
480 kegs.
That crocodile's coming out of the gate and he wants to play, like he really wants to go.
Are we doing head to head? Like,
No.
we walk into the octagon out of one gate and they walk in out of the other gate. So you're just face to face.
Yeah.
You got to get on its back.
No. They're in the river.
Oh, they're in the water.
They're in the water.
Oh, we're so fucked.
I'd say 50 people.
It's taken a leg in 7 seconds.
Yeah, I'd say 50 people, and probably 15 of those people they're not going to survive.
Did you say 11 people?
50 people.
50 people.
And 15 are not going to survive.
If it's in the water, because the water's dark and murky, do they have to find said crocodile, or is it on top? Well, I suppose in Chaos Crossing, you don't know where it is.
Yeah, well, no, they're going to come to you.
I think the first couple crocs that are on the top or on the bank are toast.
If you're a human being and you walk into the water at Chaos Crossing, they're going to come to you.
You're dead.
They're going to find you.
Yeah, you're going to lose your leg.
So you don't have to find them. It's like, imagine 50 people and they're like, we're going to get this crocodile. And they run out into the water. And they don't know where it is, but it'll come to them. And it's 50 people trying to wrangle this thing. I think they get the job done.
I'm going to say 30. I reckon the first 5 are losing a limb, like straight like that, because it latches on, it rolls, your leg's gone. And then it just onto the next person. But then you got to think about, does it get distracted by said limb in water floating?
So does 3,000 people sound like enough people to go in bare knuckle and solve
200.
the problem of Cahill's Crossing?
3,000 divided by 200.
30.
That was quick.
Yeah.
Is it? No, 3,000 divided, there's 15 per crocodile.
Oh, what am I thinking?
3,000.
We got to end this episode. 15. It is
Yeah,
15.
15.
So 6,000.
I think 15 people could take a saltwater crocodile. It's 4 meters.
Yeah.
At least 2 or 3 people are losing a limb. How long are we at in the episode?
An hour and 14 minutes.
An hour and 14 minutes.
Oh, 2 hours and 14 minutes?
It can't be 2 hours, bro. What's all that? Is us talking?
Yeah.
Shit. We haven't been sitting here for 2 hours. It's 9 o'clock. 9:30.
Hour and 14 minutes. That's what we've been at.
Okay.
We should probably wrap up.
Yeah, but we got to settle this debate first. I think 15 people per crocodile. At least 3 of them are losing a limb.
Oh, no. No. No.
You turn that bad boy around, it's
I think
done.
40 people, at least 40 people per crocodile, and at least 5 to 10 are dying.
40 people per crocodile?
Yeah. Think about what you would have to do to defeat that crocodile.
200 times 5 is 10,000.
What are you punching it?
That's completely wrong.
What? What's
No,
wrong?
I'm right. 200 times 50 is 10,000.
Yeah. Sure, I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
But what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Do you reckon 10,000 people? I reckon 10,000 people. Actually, that's a pretty fair number.
Yeah.
10,000 people to clear out 200 crocodiles of water is pretty right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's gonna be a lot of fatalities, but I think that's what it does. I think that's what does the job.
Yeah. I mean,
This is so stupid.
you got to sign away. Yeah. What have we been talking about?
This is so fucking dumb. What are we doing, man?
Oh,
All right, we should probably wrap up.
Yeah. Time
Yeah.
to put the pin in it.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Our first After Dark episode.
Yeah.
I hope you all
We did
enjoyed.
talk a little special teams there.
We did.
Yeah.
We do have to run over this beautiful Longboat Pale Ale we've been enjoying the whole time we've been here.
Yes.
My honest thoughts is it's very smooth, refreshing. It's going to be absolutely delicious in the summertime when the Argo season is going on. Fun fact right now, you can't buy this right now. You'll be able to get this when the Argonaut season rolls around, which will be said summertime, that you can enjoy this delicious, refreshing
Early
beverage.
June.
So why not enjoy it at the place where it's brewed? Head down to Something in the Water Brewing in Liberty Village, Toronto, to try out their delicious other options that they have, like the Tortuga Pale Ale that we had earlier on today.
Yep.
And
it's not just for game day too. I mean, like throughout the week they're doing all this stuff. They're doing.
They have yoga. They've got bingo. They
got trivia, speed dating,
everything.
Yep. So there's a lot of stuff going on there.
So yeah, we appreciate Something in the Water sending these to us and hooking us up. I'm going to give this, I really, really like this. So I'm going to give this an 8.7 out of 10. This is one of my favorites we've had.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like it too. Especially it's so cool. It's Argos.
It does look really cool. Yeah.
You know, they got the X's and O's and everything.
Yeah.
Really appreciate
They got
the
the hash marks on there.
How do you not like something that has your team on it? Like that's just so cool.
That is good.
Man, I'm a big fan of this one. This might be my new favorite. So I'm gonna give it. You said an 8.7.
Mm-hmm. Fun fact: 8.7. That's my college number. Anyway,
nice.
Continue.
Good for you. Man, on a universal scale,
just out of 10, brother. 1 to 10. 1 fucking sucks. 10's unreal.
9.1.
Shit. Okay.
I know. That's why I asked. Yeah.
91. This, delicious. Absolutely love this.
Yeah, incredible.
Super stoked to see what we get next week or next episode. Sorry, in 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, if you
That's
haven't
about it.
seen episode 3 of Snap Hole Kick, go back, check it out. It's uploaded right now, and get ready for episode 4 next week with another great receiver that we've had. So super excited to look forward to that.
Mm-hmm.
Teasers will be going up fairly soon.
Yep.
Most likely Friday or Saturday, our trailer will be coming out, so keep an eye out for it. And thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this new segment, this new little kind of outlook on our channel.
Yeah.
And that's really it. Thanks for watching.
See ya.